All right.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello, boys and girls, live chatters and mad hatters. This is Douglas George Bloch, the 15th, broadcasting live from Portland, Oregon. It is July 31st, the last day of July of 2022, and we are now on our 8th day of 90 plus degrees. We've already had 300-degree days, and it has been absolutely terrible. Hey, Kevin. Hi, Yope. Nice to see you guys. Hey, Julia. Nice to see you also. Anyway, I don't know if you guys have been reading about the heat wave. Of course, you guys from the UK, I think it was 109 degrees a week or so ago in some city, which was an all-time record. I know in the UK they don't have a lot of air conditioning. Hello, global warming. Here we come. And there is Scat Mom, Ja Carl. Well, yes, I'm glad to be blessed. I haven't heard it from you, Scat Mom, but here you are. Yamia Saunders, of course, one of our regulars, Ann C. from Oklahoma. Yeah, who would have thought that Portland, Oregon would have been so... It was a very famous song from Kiss Me Kate called It's Too Darn Hot. Ann Richards and somebody other danced to it, very famous dancer. Hey, Mark Glenn, God, I haven't heard from you in a long, long time. Susan Jones from Virginia, Carrie from Ireland. I've been trying to email you every time I try the email returns 3 times so far. Well, you don't have my right email. Hey, Lori Buckman. Nice to hear from you. Thanks for that $20 you sent. By the way, we are taking donations here with less views, less income, so we are always appreciative of whatever you can donate. You can click the $ and donate your money there, or you can go to paypal.com, and my PayPal address is my email address. I know that Edward Steiner usually throws a few shekels my way every Sunday. And any of you seen my video I posted yesterday, You Are Not Alone, all about how people think when they're depressed, they're isolated, no one understands, no one knows, but half of all Americans are, suffering from mental illness over the course of a lifetime. And now Oprah Winfrey and Prince Harry have this series on Apple TV called The Me You Can't See, all about people struggling with mental health disorders. Check your spelling, says Carrie. Hi from Chesapeake, Mark R. Yes, right by Washington, D.C. It's like raining here right now. We're a bit cooler today. My goats are freaking out. They haven't seen rain in a long time. Well, needed, huh? I had a very interesting experience with a friend. I tried driving to Newport, Oregon, not Newport, Oceanside, Oregon. At first, there was a huge traffic jam due to a car crash, and then we finally got to Tillamook and tried to go to Oceanside, but there was a huge sinkhole on this windy road along the Three Capes Loop. We had to turn around. We didn't know where we are. We had to go back to Tillamook, go down 101, make a right. By the time we were there, it was 2 hours and 40 minutes, a normal hour and 30-minute ride. It was very stressful. Hey, Jennifer Tiana. Nice to see you. Ishmael Gurley. William Bold just finished reading Healing from Depression. Very thankful for you, dude. Don't you think it's a great book? Only sell about 40 a year. It's way underestimated. Oh, I always do a joke of the day at the beginning of my videos, but not the live chat. But if someone wants to contribute, of course, I'm preparing my own memorial service because you never know when you might check out. But I'm going to have the Master of Ceremonies read this joke, my favorite. Did you hear about the insomniac, dyslexic, agnostic? He lay awake all night asking himself, is there a dog? I'll repeat that again. Did you hear about the insomniac, agnostic, dyslexic? He lay awake all night asking himself, is there a dog? I love that. My email spelled wrong? Really? Where? No, what I wrote DOUGLASBLOCH at Gmail Oh, gmail.com. All right. I forgot the .com. No problem. DOUGLASBLOCH at gmail.com. Okay, let's try this way. Better? Better. Oh. Dog got high. You got it, Chad? Very funny. Weight training and SSRI helps me a lot to overcome dysthymia. Should I add cardio? You won't be too skinny if you do cardio in moderation. Yes, you should add cardio. Weightlifting does cardio, but cardio also gets your heart beating even better. So yeah, just don't overdo it. Hey, Lagai, always nice for your $13.99 Canadian donation. Did you know that you had to hear? You could hear your blood running through your veins. You just have to listen varicosely. That's very, very funny. Very closely. I got it. Brilliant. Hey, it's friggin' warm in here. It's already 90 degrees outside. Marius, thank you for your $5 donation, €5. I'm going to go ahead and open the door and get the fan in here. It's going to be a little noisy, but I am sweating bricks. It's only 10 minutes after the hour. So I'm just going to turn the, the hand is turned toward me. Thanks, Joan. Carissa D, 2 thanks, haha. Yes, 2 good jokes. Good one, Jennifer Tiana. Oh, maybe I missed Jennifer's. Hold on. I didn't get Jennifer's. A friend asked me if I'd ever seen a dog bowl. I said I never know he did. Oh, now I got it. And what is a dog bowl anyway? 3 good jokes. Kelly Burns. Nice work being here. Thank you so much. Kelly's gone through surgeries. I think ECT. He's a survivor. We should all imitate Kelly Burns. I'm going to go get a list of my jokes. It's right over here. Hey, Joan. Put my Jones somewhere else. No, we can find them. Just go to the jokes on my Chrome. Hello from England, Avocado Man. Nice to see you, Carissa. I love that smell too. Hey, Joni, do you mind bringing me a banana? Stephen Caller. Hi, Douglas. I'm going to FaceTime with my son, daughter-in-law, and 2-year-old grandson. They live in another state. Every time I anticipate speaking with them, my anxiety flares up. Well, I know. Just breathe and tell yourself, you have nothing to fear. They care about you and you care about them. 103 in Central Texas, triple digits for the next 50 days at least. Are you exaggerating? Central Texas is hot as hell. This would be in Space Whale. Nice to see you. Stephen Culver. I do not understand why I'm very close to him. I know he does not like that I get remarried. Okay, and I think I've got enough water. No, I don't. What? I've got some water here. Always nice to hear and see you, Douglas. Amazing talks. Thank you, Carissa D. And I'm going to be rude and have a bite of banana. I was on the phone talking with a good friend about our drive to Oceanside, Oregon yesterday. It was absolutely incredible. Yes, it is DOUGLAS. I have no idea. I stayed up late last night watching the World Naked Bike Ride here in Portland, Oregon. My dad used to tell this joke. My uncle fell off a ladder. Did he have vertigo? No, only about 6 feet. Not quite sure. Vertigo? Not quite sure that joke, Lazy Iran. She may have to explain it to me. Hey, Larry Neri, I noticed that when it cools off in New York City, it gets hot in the northwest Portland. Well, probably a coincidence. And yes, smash that like button. That's how we get more people. How many people do we have now, boys and girls? 45, not too bad. Our goal is always to hit 70 if we can. All right. A little bit of advertisements here. The person who was referring from the book that helped him, it's called Healing from Depression, 12 Weeks to a Better Mood. Wrote it after my breakdown in 96, 97. It is the 25th anniversary of my healing of July 14th. Also, 2 weeks from today was the my 30th wedding anniversary. Alexandra says exercise is actually absolutely crucial for depression. It is nature's antidepressant. Absolutely. Vertigo sounds like far to go with a Texas drawer. Vertigo. I don't have a Texas accent. Sorry. Exercise in any form is such a reset for the brain and body. Absolutely. And Kevin Wilson tries to walk every day for an hour. That's cool. All right, so my last two videos, what was the Flashback Friday? Oh, set the intention to heal, right? Very important. It's very important to state what do you want the outcome of your mental health recovery to be, even if you don't know how you're going to get there. And that's Friday's video. I can spell Friday. Yeah, you must check the settings, Carrie. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know why it bounced back. I don't have any real control over that. I just brought in with you always. So yes, Jennifer, it's a lovely book of inspirational quotations. One of my favorites. Ansi says, started walking every morning and that really makes me feel better. The victory of doing something that is beneficial to my health. Yes, that is a victory. I wish I was exaggerating, says Kelly Burns. Hot as hell here. Get up 4 to 5 minutes when it's cooler. Oh, 4 to 5 a.m., which is about 75 to 80 degrees. It's pretty bad when 80 degrees feels cool. Yeah, well, Brownsville, Texas, one of my one of the people used to come here quite a lot. Lives there. I think it gets into the 120s there. Any tips on giving speeches? I have one this Tuesday, and it's absolutely killing me inside. Well, you can use visual, what is it called? Rehearsal, where you close your eyes and you see yourself giving the speech and having people applaud you, and just rehearse it in your mind. I find that the more you prepare, the less anxiety you have. Also, there is something called, I'm not allowed to diagnose, there's something called propranolol that a lot of people who with speaking anxiety or performance anxiety take. Barbara Streisand took it. I believe she did, but I have a couple of friends who are musicians, and they always take it before they go on stage. It's a beta blocker. Probably too late for you to get a prescription, but mostly what I just do is I just visualize myself giving the talk, people clapping, walking off the stage relieved, and of course I prepare really well. I'm really having a hard time with a hostile work environment, and I have all your old live videos playing in the background. Your voice is calming. My voice is calming. You are now getting very sleepy. Listen to the sound of my voice. All thoughts of fear and anxiety will pass away, replaced by joy, happiness, and prosperity. You are now being hypnotized, never to feel a depressed moment again. I know, was that calming? Do you do in-person therapy or support groups? I used to do coaching over the phone. Don't do that anymore. I was busted by the psychology board. Said I was doing therapy, which I wasn't. I still get jealous when I see dudes parked outside my ex's grave. Wow. I wonder why. Are they looking at the grave or just parked? Sounds like people falling asleep in church. Man, I took profoundol in grad school. I felt like a politician during speeches. Amazing stuff. Okay, well, you can tell that to TMAC 091 that it worked for you. Yeah, again, I can't diagnose. I can only tell you something that's used, and evidently you had great success. So just tell that to TMAC. Now you're sleeping, right? Exactly. Oh. Yes, I wasn't meaning to put people to sleep. I was just making a joke. 37 people. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Maybe put the viewers to sleep. I'll be right back. I'm going to get the fan in here. It is just too hot. There is another song from Kiss Me Kate called It's Too Darn Hot. Nothing like your bike falling on you, huh? That hurts. Oh. It helps a little bit, doesn't it? You send a PayPal, thank you. You can do that by going to paypal.com and using my email address. TMAC 0192. Man, I've actually looked it up and heard great things about profoundol. Just don't get access. ATM SMH. You have Ativan, but scared how I might react to it. Ativan will make you groggy. You may not want to take that before you give a talk. Is Xanax addictive, says Alexander Arevilla. It could be if you take too much of it for too long, but talk to your doctor. In small doses over a short period of time, it's usually not, but talk to your doctor. Thank you, Jennifer, for your PayPal donation. So what did you guys think of the video, You Are Not Alone? Do you think it was worth watching? I thought it had a very powerful message. You shouldn't be ashamed of yourself for being depressed because there's so many people just like you. Just reading the comments, the talking. Remember, this is a live chat, not just for me to answer your mental health recovery questions, but for you to interact and create community, because we must heal in community. Depression is often a disease of isolation. That's why I did this video called You Are Not Alone. It really helps to reach out to others. It is now 23 minutes after the hour. I think we've only had 2 donations, one from Marius for €5 and one from Lagai. Canada. Let's see if someone else can step up to the plate. It would be very, 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 very helpful. Kelly Burns said, great video, You Are Not Alone. Plus, I like all your back videos. Yes, since 2012, we've been here. Jennifer says, You Are Not Alone was a great video. Thank you. John Carl, I find myself crying more. I've gotten older and the depression has deepened. Oh, that is too bad. That, you should definitely work with your prescriber and your psychotherapist about that, because depression is treatable, but it sometimes takes a long time. Have I tried psychedelics for depression? I did psychedelics in my 20s when I was in college and grad school. I liked them quite a bit. I never really tried them for depression. but they are being investigated over Johns Hopkins Medical School by Roland Griffiths, and they're now legal here in the state of Oregon. And next year, psychotherapists will be using them in therapy for people with depression. So I know there's a belief that they can help. And I believe also that with the right person, the right dose, and the right supervision, they definitely have a therapeutic potential. Disobedient Space, well, my friend was suffering a mental health crisis, so I sent her a link to your videos. Thank you very much. Ellis16, aka Michelle. Yes, that throwback video was very powerful. Thank you. Hello to Joan. Yes. Hello to my dear Joan. I'm suffering from fibromyalgia flare-up at the moment, says Silver Moon. I've heard that can be very, very difficult. I don't know if there's a cause of it. I think there's probably different things you could do to manage it. Definitely work with a doctor or someone who knows about this condition. I once got Viagra stuck in my throat. I now have a stiff neck. Now that's funny. Mo, that was very, very, very funny. I'm going to take a picture of that. That's probably worth, if it doesn't get X-rated. Thank you for your $10, Jennifer. It just came up on my my PayPal. Okay, so let's do the Viagra joke. Very funny, Mo. Good one. I appreciate it. Jennifer says, I'm fortunate enough to have found a therapist that works. Man, says Doug, did you not get licensed to do the therapy? Did you need a PhD? No, you need to be a licensed professional counselor, but I wasn't doing therapy, man. I was just essentially running a group where people came together just like this and chatted. That's not therapy. But the psychology board decided that it was. And I didn't want to go get a PhD. It's very expensive, and psychotherapy is not what I wanted to do in the first place. I'm a writer and communicator. Natalia, who experienced a conflicted situation when you work to add money, it doesn't allow you to see a therapist because of working hours. That's interesting, but some therapists will see you on the weekends and others will do it virtually so you can see them when you get home. They say spicy foods ruin your taste. When I went to India, I found myself listening to Barry Manilow. Again, very funny. I can't tell that on the live chat. Not enough people know who Barry Manilow was. A schmaltzy crooner that a lot of people didn't think had very much talent. Mo, keep them coming. A small group on WhatsApp. Lugai, why don't you put out your email address? Maybe people can go ahead and reach out to you. All right, 27 minutes after the hour. Let's see how many people we have here. 55, that's great. Only 15 away from 70. Keep hitting that like button. That would be really cool. I am definitely going to have to get some more water. No question about it. Or some more coffee. Yes, I take an electrolyte supplement also, which helped me. I had some definitely bad muscle cramps. And yeah, especially when it's hot. Went to the senior center and did a 12 incline for 30 minutes at 2.5 miles an hour. That is pretty damn good. No people my age there, no swimming pool, gas prices have gone down. Guess I'll join the Y. Well, good that you went there and did that work. You must have really, really had a good sweat. And by the way, Carrie, you should be able to reach me on my email address. And here it is right here. You can just copy it down. Hey, Joan, do you mind bringing some water in here?
Water?
Yeah, just a glass of water. DouglasBloch@gmail.com. There it is. Let's see who else is chatting. We're down to 37. Not very many. Getting fresh in the chat. Yes. Lizzie Ranch, this really did happen years ago during a NASCAR race. The car sponsored by Viagra crashed. Announcer said something. The Viagra car has hit the wall hard. Right. Thank you, dear. Got it. A cat dedicated to Bruce. All you cat lovers out there, there she is. Cool, huh? It hit 100 on Tuesday, it hit 100 on Friday, it hit 100 on Saturday. It's getting close to 100 today. I am so tired of this. How do I change limiting beliefs that make me depressed, says Sima Echwan. You go find a good therapist. Can you not administer therapy with a master's? Not unless you have a license from the state of Oregon. You show 72 people watching? No way. You have to try to find that NASCAR clip. Yeah. How do you deal with the loss of something you love? Like my... I'm just checking to see if there really are 70 people. I have 62, but I trust you guys. Keep hitting that like button. So, losing something you love, that I call that the number one cause of depression, loss of attachment. You have to grieve, you have to talk about it, and ultimately time is the great healer. But you have to do all the same things I talk about in this. Therapeutic activities for self-care, physical self-care, mental emotional self-care, lifestyle habits. What else is there? Social support, spiritual connection. And if you go to douglasbloch.com, you can download a free copy of this chart. And you see on the other hand, it has a bunch of stuff that says boost your psychological immune system. So this is a beautiful chart. I've used it for 25 years. And all you have to do is go to douglasbloch.com, myfirstname.com. You'll see all the books I've written, all the work I've done. You see my YouTube channel, my 2 websites, Overcoming Suicidal Pain, and you can download that chart absolutely free. All right. We haven't had a whole lot of comments. I'm down to 46 here, but anyway. Greetings from London. Nice to hear from you. Sebastian, nice to hear from you. Take your electrolyte supplement the first thing in the morning. They say you could drink water before you drink coffee. Well, thank you so much. I love that cat mug. I have so many cats themed stuff. I love my kittens. Again, Sithma Erman, you change limiting beliefs by replacing negative ones with positive ones. If you can't do that on your own, you go find a good therapist. Mark R. Douglas, I believe my therapist have defaulted to video and lost the plot of recovery in that. In that, one needs face-to-face effective recovery. Your thoughts? I prefer face-to-face, but some people seem to do okay with telehealth. It really depends on the person. Again, you are not alone, and I talk about two amazing shows. One is called The Me You Can't See. That's done by Prince Harry and Oprah. And the other one is called Hiding in Plain Sight. Youth mental illness. On PBS. Two documentaries highly I highly advise you watch them. Yes, T-Maca192, caffeine definitely elevates your mood. Coffee, your mood goes down. Usually it goes up. Speaking of which, yeah, I don't know why the views are fluctuating so dramatically. Absolutely not. Don't know. If you hit the like button, they'll stay up. Speaking of coffee, I'm going to get some coffee from Trader Joe's. I shall return momentarily. I also have to get up because of my hip after surgery. Not supposed to sit for more than 20-30 minutes. I have returned. Ready to drink. Trader Joe's cold brew coffee, smooth and bold. Right out of the jug. I came back late from the coast last night. Sometimes this is what you need. Speaking of caffeine, for me it's an antidepressant. 38 people. Dandelion tea tastes just like coffee. It's super healthy. You're absolutely right. Very good points, guys. Hey, DTX20. Nice to see you. Young person trying to get a start in life. 2 weeks on a beer, don't feel any better. In fact, I feel worse than starting it. My God, you failed Prozac and Zoloft so far. Up to this point, now feeling hopeless. Remission seems impossible. You are having a hard time finding medications that work. Have you tried TMS? Where have I gone? I've gone to rest my hip and also to get some coffee. Yeah, for people who are sensitive to coffee, tea is very good. Okay, so, again, my video called What Happens When You Compare Yourself to Others. Hey, John Paul. So I want you to tell me the answer to this question. What happens when you compare yourself to others? What do you think? Is it a good thing? Yes, people are, what do cats call a nice dinner? A fancy feast. I don't get it. Edward Steiner, Trader Joe's Coffee, right here. Can you explain that joke to me? Can someone explain that joke to me? Why is a fancy feast funny? What do cats call a nice dinner? A fancy feast. Thank you, Edward, for your donation, but I still can't get it. Fancy, FEST. I don't know what FEST means. Help! Oh, it's a brand of cat food? Well, no wonder. I only got Bruce Wellness because it essentially doesn't have any meat in it. It doesn't have any corn in it. Okay, a fancy feast. Thank you, Adrian, for explaining that joke. Yes, there is ECT at Fallout Spells, DT Vids. Usually they don't give it to somebody as young as you. As easy as comparing myself to others is, it always ends up with me being in the worst mood and feeling hopeless. That's why you should not do that. A popular brand of cat food. Okay, I got it. Edward, thank you, everybody, for telling me. This is what happens when you're out of the loop. Man, will you ever move back to New York City? Hey, so anyway, Edward, you did a great thing. I'm the only one who didn't get the joke. Keep up the good work. Would I ever move back to New York City, somebody said, and I'll respond what Tom Robbins said when he was asked whether he would teach college when he was broke and he couldn't get a novel published. And this is how I feel about moving back to New York. I'm going to type it up. And by the way, thank you, Edward Steiner and Jennifer Tiana, giving stuff on PayPal. Definitely could use a few more donations before we sign off. But what he said is, I'll use Siri. Rather roll down a hill in a barrel of broken glass! Exclamation point. So, someone asked me if I'd ever move back to New York City, and there's my answer. I'd rather roll down a hill in a barrel of broken glass. New York was a great place to grow up, go to school. I got a great education, great culture. Too many cars, too crowded, not enough trees. Am I working on a new book? Yes, it's an audiobook. It's from my website. And the name of the book is, my new book is called, quote, When It Hurts Too Much to Live, a survivor's guide for overcoming suicidal pain. Period. It's taking way too long because I have to do these videos on YouTube to keep my subscribers going. Even then, they're falling down. I may just drop YouTube altogether for a while, work on my book. It's getting to the point where all the work and time is not really worth it. My psychiatrist offers ketamine therapy. That's right, but my psychiatrist wants me to try and find the right antidepressant because it means to work. Well, tell your shrink that yes, you'll do that, but what if they don't work? Some people are treatment resistant. Update, New York is absolutely beautiful. Many trips from Buffalo to Albany. Yeah, right. Oh, upstate New York is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I went to school in upstate New York. I've been to Buffalo, I've been to Rochester, I've been a lot of places. And speaking of my new book, here's my website. It's absolutely incredible. Overcoming Suicidal Pain is the name of it. And anybody who ever had thoughts of self-harm, let me tell you, please hold off You never know what tomorrow may bring. And my famous 4 words, 72, now I see it. This too shall pass. Anytime you're in a bad way. All right, to spice the pot up a little bit, the next person who makes a donation of $10 or more will get a free copy of this ebook. This is the book that's on audible.com. It's selling amazingly, almost a copy every day. It's my memoir that I wrote 25 years ago, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, A Survivor's Guide to Overcoming Anxiety and Clinical Depression. How I stayed alive, how I was healed. Everything in this book is still absolutely relevant right now. Nothing has changed. And who is that on the cover? What's the name of the picture? The painter who painted that picture, and what is the picture called? You all know. You're from Europe. You're a lot more educated than Americans. Sorry, Americans. Yes, I have treatment-resistant depression, and I got better, and that book tells why and how. Hey, David Anthony Burton, I love it. Natalia Kosian, your videos helped me a lot when my anxiety, especially when I wasn't even aware and why those things happen to me. Well, I'm glad you're aware now. Isaiah Ranch, Avocado Man, LOL, maybe who should go stop listening to Bob O'Reilly so they won't get fooled again. And now I have to find the Avocado Man joke. New York is like London and too crowded. Well, it's not a joke, is it? I don't know. Yes, I appreciate you appreciate what I'm doing, but I only have so much time, and I got to get this new book written. Man, 70 people is great. That's more than would show up at a person support group. Yep, I agree. I'm from Ohio, USA. Thanks a lot. The Scream by Edwin Munch. Very good, Avocado Man. You know the name of that iconic picture? Painting is really what it is. It's an amazing painting, especially when you see it up close. Okay, and I don't know who Baba O'Reilly is, but I missed the joke from Avocado Man. That's fine. So, again, next donation, free copy of an of a book that probably will outlive me. Way after I'm gone, that book will still be around. Yes, Avocado Man. Henry Miller was a great writer, was a great artist, one of my heroes. He did go to Europe. He was part of that lost generation. Didn't like it and returned to America. All right. Kelly Burns says, I love the term, this too shall pass. Also applies when you're feeling great and on top of the world. This too shall pass. Life is a series of cycles. Acceptance is the key. You're absolutely right. My good friends across the street, Josh and Julie, after being there for 25 years, just sold their home. I never thought it would happen. Impermanence, impermanence, impermanence. Yes, I think the Scream was found. I think I definitely did. By the way, next weekend a video with Noah and I is coming up. Noah Thomas. It's about finding your purpose. I just look like a schlump in the backyard. It was spontaneous. I wasn't in my studio. I don't look that great, so forgive me. Douglas videos help me so much. The jokes keep me coming back. So calm, so informative. All right, I'm going to go to Chrome, and I'm going to go to over here. I'm going to go to My Drive. I'm going to search for live chat jokes. Live, and here they are. All right. Did you hear about the restaurant that just opened up on the moon? The food is great, but it has no atmosphere. How's that for being funny? There's a wonderful new restaurant called the Karma Cafe. You get exactly what you deserve. Another joke. How about a third? Oh, Jack Henry, nice to see you. Edvard Munch has always been my favorite artist since I was 14, a melancholic German, right? Norwegian, excuse me. He had an amazing painting called Melancholy, about a friend who had just lost his lover, sitting by a pool going like this. I'll show it to you in just a second, except I have to find it first. No, Henry Miller didn't do the sculptures. That was a different Miller. He was a writer of a book. A number of books, including The Tropic of Cancer, The Tropic of Capricorn. What type of music would you recommend to help anxiety and depression? Upbeat, positive, Stevie Wonder, any day. Arlene asks, for anyone who feels suicidal, just remember it's not worth it. One day when God says it's time, you'll leave the earth. Hold on until then. This is only temporary. You're absolutely right. We go when we're supposed to go. Hey, Debbie Lopez, nice to see you. Again, I'll say it the last time. Next donation, you get a copy of my book, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop. DT Vids, Major Depression, episode 18, still 21, getting through it. Give me hope and impossible pain. This is not going to go on forever. If the meds don't work, they're going to find something else for you. Your fans should fast in Portland. I'm not quite sure what that means. Breakdown does equal breakthrough. Jennifer. Cheryl Daniel, nice to see you again. And therapy and antidepressants not working? Well, it wasn't working for me. I just had to keep persisting. There's lots of other things like TMS, ketamine, ECT. There are other things you can do. Oh, I Can See Clear Now is a great upbeat song. I can see clearly now, the pain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Yeah. Thank you. DT Vids, you've got the book. I think I have your email address. Why don't you send it to me right now, or just put it on here so we can all see it, unless you don't want other people to see it. Send it to me right now. As soon as we get off the live chat in 9 minutes, I will look at it and you'll have the book. Arlene S. says, I have found techno music, dance music, and binaural beats to be helpful. And what are binaural meats? Bind meats too, I believe. Artsy Megs, I've been feeling anxious and depressed after losing my job, not sure what I'm going to do. Well, grieve it and maybe think about getting a new one at some point. Yeah, Henry Moore was the artist you were thinking of. Lazy Eye Ranch, you are an amazingly well-read, well-educated person. And what good has it done you? Hasn't done me that much good, but it's good to be well-read and well-educated anyway. I guess it has done me some good. I wouldn't be able to write 11 books and have 3 websites. Thank you again for your Arlene S. recommendation. No, it's not worth it. They said that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Absolutely true. Do I agree that certain music sounds can affect mental health? Yes, of course. Music soothes the savage beast. Jennifer Miranda. Love your name, Jennifer. I was recently comparing myself to my old neighbor that got married recently. I was thinking, why not me? But she took risks and action to move forward. Well, that's a good role model. Wish I had a woman, but none of them want me so far. You know? And what is Churleywood for 9 years? Absolutely don't know what that means. It is 12:53. It is July 31st, the last day of July in 2022, which has been a very challenging year for me. Lots of physical challenges. What else? Oh, yeah, the stock market, the war in Ukraine, right? Inflation. It's been tough for a lot of people. Those poor people in Ukraine suffering through no fault of their own. Hear about that flash flood in Kentucky? People getting killed? Kentucky is not a particularly liberal state, but global warming is no respecter of persons, let me tell you. Absolutely not. It affects all of us, and somebody better get to work on it soon. Otherwise, my nieces, nephews, and their children are going to be in big trouble. Suicide does not end the pain. It passes the pain on to the ones you love the most. Absolutely, Kelly Burns. You've said that before, and I have used that quote in my new book. Chorleywood is outside of Watford. You're talking about something in the UK. All right. This is $4.99 for 1 quart. Trader Joe's 32 fluid ounces right there. About the same as you would pay if you made your own coffee. Absolutely. By the way, did you hear about the cannibal who was late for dinner? He was given the cold shoulder. I like that. What do you call a kangaroo who won't go outside? A pouch potato. And of course, for you Americans, one of my favorites is, what was the Puritans' favorite music? Remember, they came over from England, were not very fun-loving, closed over theaters, but they did like music. What was their favorite music? Plymouth Rock. I don't know what was gross. Which one was it? When will the book be out? I don't know. As soon as I friggin' finish it. Oh, Afrobeat? Oh, I love Afrobeat. Oh, wow. Very cool. Music is my biggest passion, but struggling to experience the joy of it lately. Yes, that's one of the things that happens when you become severely depressed. The things that used to give you pleasure don't give you pleasure anymore. We live with Putin. Well, he could have been stopped a long time ago, but the West just sat on their hands. Yeah, $4.99 for a quart. That's pretty cheap. So, someone tells me how many people are watching. We were up about 70 recently. It kind of dropped up and down. And we have 2 minutes. What do we have? 4 minutes left. Again, the name of my new book, When It Hurts Too Much to Live. When It Hurts Too Much to Live. Period. What do you think of that title? Question mark. So what does that, thank you, 65, 64. So guys, what does that bring up for you when you hear that title, When It Hurts Too Much to Live? Do you think they're talking about physical pain or emotional pain? I'm just curious, because the whole idea from that title is to talk about emotional pain. The cold shoulder. Arlene, I'm glad you like that. I think that's very, very funny. Both of you are very well read. You can tell your book comments and your numerous examples try to help sincerely. 70 on my end. Yes. Emotional pain comes first for me. Yes, it's a book about what happens when people become suicidal. Sometimes it's not that it hurts so much to live. Sometimes you just feel empty and like you don't care about anything, even if you live or die. Well, that's absolutely true, Arlene. That's another reason why people become suicidal. So that's a very good point. Depression makes you feel empty and disconnected. Mark R. says, the script has helped me greatly. Thank you. You're welcome. Again, you can always make a donation. If you want to give to my PayPal channel, just go to paypal.com to donate. All you have to do is create an account for free, donate. and then hooked up a checking account to it. I'm totally writing that down to look it up what? I think the side needs at least a substitute to tell what's about. Yes. Well, there is a side effect. A subtitle. When it hurts too much to live, colon, a survival guide for overcoming suicidal pain. Period. Okay, there's the subtitle you were looking for. I don't have your email, dtvids20. You should send your email to me right now. So, Cappuccino, please. Do you see the subtitle I wrote down? It's right there. Kelly Burns, I lost my brother's suicide in 2006, my sister in 2013. January this year, my ex-brother-in-law took his life. Wow. My goodness, Kelly, you are what's called a suicide loss survivor. I am so sorry. And if you are struggling with it, there's an amazing website called A Place of Hope. A website for suicide loss survivors. Period. So, Carrie, you would find that very helpful. Thank you for the £5. Is that Jason Clulo? Words can inspire. Hey, all the way up in the north of England. Nice to see you again, Jem. Hello, everyone. Miss you all. Been going through some challenging times, sending healing wishes to us all. And we're sending healing wishes to you. Challenging time is the name of the game in 2022. A lot of people's stressed out right now. You are not the only one. And that's, the name of my new video. You are not the only one. You're not the only one going through depression or anxiety. You're not alone. You're not a freak. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Anybody else besides me get put down for having a mental illness when I was a kid? A lot of people, including my mother, did so. Some say that the evil eye and superstition are real and may affect a child in leading him or her to mental illness. I don't know what superstition is. Thanks, Doug. I have been risen from the answers in a healthy place these days. Yes, you are a survivor like myself. How do I get some? I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, David Anthony Burton. I think the title of the subtitle is great. It'd also be great if you read the audiobook, but I understand you don't want to, but your voice is great. Yes, but I would like to try reading it, but I keep stumbling over my words. So maybe I can find an expensive tape machine that, where I can, what do you call it? Like a word processor, except with audio tape, where I could, go back over when I stumble. I'd like someone to show me how to use one of those things. All right, Reef Alcood, nice to see you. Thank you, Cappuccino, please. Yes, I agree with you, Susan Jones. That Kelly Burns had a lot of losses, but he keeps on going. You contracted COVID again. I'm fully vaccinated and boosted. I'm currently going through a breakup and I'm finding it difficult to face without a support system. Well, try reaching out for friends. Try reaching out here. There's a, what is it called? A list. WhatsApp list. Maybe you can put your name out there right now and someone who has that list can add you to it. Right. Yes. Yes, isolation is a solution, but it won't help you in the long run, Natalia. So if you feel like you're burdened to family and friends, try to get some other support. Meanwhile, my hip is really hurting. It's 1:03 p.m. Thank you for being here. By the time we see you next time, it's going to be August 7th. Stay cool. It's right now 88 in Portland, headed to 99. And remember, this too shall pass. Reach out for support. And again, it takes more than a pill to heal from depression. 50 things I've created over the last 25 years to help you feel better. If you go to douglasbloch.com, you can get a downloadable PDF for free. And thank you, Kelly. You're more than welcome. You're a great person. You contribute a lot to this live chat. And there's my website for a free PDF. Until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Remember, everybody, you can keep chatting for 5 minutes. I will see you next week.